Welcome back YouTube, Nick here bringing you another episode working on my Cub Cadet LTX1045 lawnmower. Today we will be replacing the lift cables and leveling the cutting deck. If you need to install a lift cable, jump ahead to that part timecode below. If not, let's start with leveling the deck. On the left hand side of the machine where the deck connects to the lift arm, you will notice an adjuster bolt. We will need to loosen this to impact the left-right roll and get the grass cutting evenly. To start the leveling process, you're going to want to lower the deck until the right-hand side is just touching the ground. With the right-hand side being fixed, this is going to be about the taut reference point we will need. So then we will loosen the bolt on the left-hand side, and this will allow the deck to level itself. Now you will need to take the lift arm directly above it and pull down so that the lift cable is taut and feed the bolt back through. Once the bolt is reinstalled with the adjuster in place, tighten it down and give it a test. What I recommend is slowly moving it up and down and see if both of the wheels on the outside of the deck contact at the same time. If they do not touch at the exact same time, you'll want to loosen it up and repeat these steps until you get it dialed in and just as you need it. Alright, so if all you were doing was leveling your deck, you should be good to go. Cut some grass, make sure it's nice and even. If you are staying around to learn how to install the lift cables, here is that portion of the video. For replacing the lift cables, I put the front wheels up on blocks to give me more room under the machine. You could probably get by without this step, but when filming, it's absolutely critical. To replace the lift cables, we're going to first drop the deck onto the ground. There is release on both sides of the lift arms in the rear of the machine. You will pull these and lower it down. You do not need to drop the front, but you can if you would like to. Make sure you have the deck lowered to its maximum position. This will make it easiest to drop. Once you have it dropped, we are going to pull the battery out so that we have access to the actual lift mechanism under the driver's seat to connect the cables to. As you can see, the cables go right underneath the driver's seat, and if you remove the battery, you can easily access their connections. Once the work area is free and clear, to remove the cotter pins, grab a flathead screwdriver and pry the tail, and then use a pair of needle nose to pull them out. The cotter pin is the same on both ends of the connections. Four cotter pins later, and we're about ready to pull the cables out. There are two pulleys that transfer the motion from lifting the deck to the lift arm, and the cable guides through the channel of the frame through the pulley. So to remove the cable, you actually have to unscrew the pulley, move it out of the way, and then the head of the cable can fit through the gap. To remove these, a quick hit with the impact and holding the nut with a wrench, and they fall right out. I would wipe them clean and then quickly grab the new cable, feed it through, and put the pulley back in place. Once the new lift cables are fed through in the middle, you will connect them into the same holes you removed them from earlier. If you have the deck in the fully lifted position, it seems easiest to connect it at the top. And then when you go to connect it on the bottom, I would lower it to the lowest position. There are multiple connection points on the lower portion of the arm if you're trying to adjust your cutting height. I went back into the same position so everything was the same. Once you get your cotter pins in, you will just need to reconnect the deck to the lift arms, reinstall your battery, and you're good to cut your grass. As always, we hope this video was helpful, so let us know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you the next time our equipment breaks.